Good evening and happy weekend ahead. Following my video of a few days ago, it just occurs to me that what I said was so pertinent about every layer of society bearing down on the layer below, instead of us who are at the top to bring up those who are supposedly beneath us. Instead of us to pull them up, we downtrod them. Even in our kindness, we still downtrod them. Socialism is about really looking down on those below you and trying to control their life by constantly pouring money into assisting them, and them having to depend on you, and therefore you can rule them in the way you want. And it occurs to me, of course, with the likes of certain government ministers and aides and right-hand men flouting their own lockdown rules with excuses. It's incredible how even the population that elected you, you're making them look stupid. You're taking them for granted. You say something to them and say, well, you accept it and that's it. We're not going to budge on this position. I mean, you can go for a drive saying you want to test your eyes, and whilst everybody else is having to resign their jobs, you say, well, I'm not even going to apologize for that. Things like that. Every layer, the people we put in charge to look after us take us for granted. They distract us with every single thing they can so that we do not notice what they do. We know it. I'm not saying anything new. We all know it. We just have to remember that racism is just a part. It's a major part of it, because racism involves disadvantaging, disenfranchising those who you think are different from you, those who are easier to pick on. But if you go to your own country, like if I go back to my own country, Nigeria, is there racism there? Well, the same kind of racism, because remember, there's only one race. The same kind of racism exists. You say, an Igbo person can't have any prominent position in Lagos. Are we not in the same Nigeria? Or an Igbo man can't go and live up north. Or Yoruba man can't live up north or live in the east or whatever. Or have this position or that position, or even become president. Because of what? Nepotism. So once you have the power, or you think you have power, you choose the people that you want, who happen to be from your tribe, and you disenfranchise everybody else. You steal from the people because you don't care, because you have the opportunity to disenfranchise them. You don't care about your country. You don't care about the people. And the further you go up the ladder, the more you step on the people below. It seems to be a psychological thing. So it's easy for racism to exist, because racism is not really about color or anything, because we've got the same blood. My blood can save any life. It's about choosing. Say, those people are different. We'll treat them worse first. And then each layer, as you go up the ladder, till you get to someone who says, oh, well, I'm from London. I belong to the upper echelon. You're from Luton, and therefore you're nothing. You live up north. I'm going to stamp on you. That's how it goes. Till we end up hating our own siblings, till we end up disenfranchising them. And in some cases, in some countries, siblings do kill one another for inheritance. So what is it about? It's about taking people for granted. It's about greed. And it's about economic oppression. So racism, where ignorant people discriminate against people of other color, it's not really about that. It's about trying to downtrod them to make sure that they do not get the same advantages as you. And because they're different colors, it's easy to pick on them till it gets to your own. Remember, the Irish were taken as slaves. Remember, there were notices up that Irish people were not allowed into English hotels or bread and breakfasts a little while ago. So when it comes to it, it's just about knowing that, oh, I can discriminate against this or discriminate against that person. We all have to check ourselves. That's why I said, until we start to love God and love our neighbor as ourselves, this will always happen. When the prime minister that we loved so much that we wanted him in power, even though he had a dark past with all the rubbish he says, we still figured he would be prime minister. And we made sure with an overwhelming majority that he became prime minister. Or a certain president somewhere with his big mouth, he doesn't watch what he says. He riles people up because he knows the majority are in his favor. They like him, they want him, and you stir them up. You stir them up. Remember, someone else did that 80 odd years ago. Someone else did that. Rile people up, saying, these people are the ones who are taking your jobs. They're the same color as you, but you know they're different because they wear different clothing to you. You know who they are. They're the ones taking your jobs from you. But weren't they from the same country? Weren't they the same color? So racism has been perpetuated by the media as black against white or black against brown or white against brown or whatever. But it's all about choosing the people that you can bully. A bully in school will pick on someone small, until that person stands up to him and shows that, but I've got a voice too. We have got a voice. Every life matters. But the life of the downtrodden must be supported, must be defended by everyone. Because one day the tables may turn. And what happens then? Then you'll say there's anarchy, there's rioting in the streets, there's property damages. Because you refuse to do the right thing. And it starts by the man in the mirror. Love your neighbor as yourself, and love the Lord your God with all your might, with all your strength, with all your soul. God bless you.